Hello, my lady. So today I found quite a gem on the internet. I am going to be reacting to a reaction video by Graham Stephan. His videos are hilarious. Basically, he's reacting to a video about how people spend their money. This one is titled, How a 31-Year-Old Blogger Making $180,000 in Manhattan Spends Her Money. The problem with this video isn't necessarily her money spending habits, but it is the type of relationship she is in. And you know that my channel is all about money, woman, and power. That is why I saw this video and this reaction video of this video. I really needed to comment, and not from a financial perspective, but in a perspective of this is not a relationship that a female should want to be in. And you're going to see this looks like it's great. It looks like she's getting all these gifts and she has a $50,000 engagement ring and everything looks fine and dandy, but honestly, the relationship she is in is an actual prison, and we're gonna discuss exactly why. And instead of just playing the normal video, I thought I'd add his reaction video because that's how I initially found it, and it's actually much more entertaining. Plus, I definitely agree with all of his points about the finances. She's not making the best spending decisions, but again, that's not going to be my take on the video. So let's actually watch this.
I am a CEO and founder of an influencer agency, and I also own multiple e-commerce businesses.
You know, I've known...
Okay, so she has an online business. Great.
My apartment's about 1,500 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath located in the financial district in Manhattan.
I mean, this is a really nice looking
It is, and it's quite large for Manhattan.
The decors and the furnishings, the art. Like, this is nicer than where
Looks like a pricey place, right?
And the utilities are about $400 a month.
Okay, so it looks like her total is $9,400 to spend a month. Whatever, to each their own. I'm not going to be commenting on finances here. Graham does a great job. I'll link the video down below if you want to watch the entire thing. I'm not going to be playing every little thing. But okay, she makes money, she wants to live somewhere. But this is not where the problem is. You're gonna see where the real problem is.
Payment is $4,400 per month. My fiance pays the other half.
You saw this coming. Did you see this coming? Her fiance pays one half and she pays another half, and you already know how I feel about this. Ooh, it's gonna be a tough future if you're splitting bills and you're not married yet. But I understand people come from different backgrounds. Some people are rising from the bottom together. They need to support each other to split the bill and whatever. That's another side of the story. It gets worse, okay? This is her husband's fiance's perception of all of this is where it gets really bad, in my opinion. Let's keep watching.
Maybe her fiance is just making bank, you know?
Yeah, maybe her fiance is making bank. But if he is, then why are they splitting the bill? That's kind of the problem I have here, okay? And let's get into it.
But even then, cut that out. Cut that out. You don't need this.
My fiance is very successful. One of the main ways
I love how they cut that out so quickly. She's like, my fiance is successful. One of the only ways we can...
My fiance is very successful. One of the main ways
Good catch, Graham. Good catch on that.
I bet she says, like, my husband's a billionaire, and I don't ever got to worry about money ever again.
He
so,
really
like, for me,
$5,000.
That's pit money. I could burn that every day. I don't care, because my fiance is successful. How we live?
Exactly. That is exactly my point. If her fiance is so successful and it seems to look like this, and we'll get into it later, then why in the world is she having to split the rents on her salary that is completely minuscule compared to the amount of money he makes in a year? Do you see where I'm coming from this? This isn't two people that are trying to make it, that are just starting their careers, that are living together and trying to make ends meet. You're comparing someone who is barely making her ends meet in Manhattan on a budget such as this versus somebody who is extremely wealthy, and that is pocket change to him.
They cut that out. What did she say?
He's
rich.
He's
been able to make our relationship work throughout the years is by remaining very financially independent from each other. We own completely separate businesses in different industries.
I understand that. The business side, she owns one business, he owns another business. They don't want to intermingle it because that doesn't make sense for the finances. But why are you making your relationship work by being financially independent from one another. My question to you is, lady, or any other lady, is whose choice was that? Was that your choice, or was that his choice?
Industries, we have separate checking accounts, even though I do really depend on him financially to be able to live in such a nice apartment in New York.
Okay. Exactly, right? She's saying she has to depend on him financially to live in such a nice, luxurious apartment in New York, because without him around, she would probably pay for something more affordable that's in the $2,000 to $3,000 range that isn't going to be near the $5,000, so she can start saving her money or doing other things with her business. And we'll see later, it gets atrocious, it gets way more messy, and you can see through these little things she continues to hint that yes, he is financially well off, not nearly at her level, that is much beneath him when it comes to the finances. So this is why I don't understand. He is putting her in a position where in order to sustain his lifestyle, the nice luxurious apartment that they want to live in, she has to pay half of the rent. Because hey, do you think that a millionaire or a billionaire would be okay living in a one-bedroom apartment somewhere in the Bronx or somewhere else where it's less expensive, way further from the city, but that's what she can afford? Is it fair for her to be contributing the same amount when she's clearly making much less salary than him? It is completely unfair, and it's going to get even more messy.
New York.
I'm not a relationship expert, but how do you say you're financially independent from somebody and you do it, but then you're like, I'm relying on him to afford this place?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna stay out of that one. I'm not getting near that one.
I'm getting near that one, Graham. I'm definitely getting near that one, because let me tell you what's happening here, and we'll see this on. Okay, I'll comment later. Let's not get too heated, only during the first 5 minutes of the video.
My house to me is very personal because I spend a lot of time here. I work here, I sleep here.
What is she doing to get a $30,000 gift?
Do you see that? $30,000 gift. A poster board. What is this? I'm busy for whatever. I'm busy for the rest of my life. It's a gift. Who do you think the gift is from? If I were to take a wild guess, I'd probably say it's from her fiance, who feels generous to give her a $30,000 gift for his house, so she can decorate it, so she can spend her precious time, her precious energy, giving love, giving comfort to him in his place, because he's not creative. He doesn't know how to give that womanly vibe to the place to make the house at home. So what is he gonna do? Get a gift for her? Or is that more a gift for himself to make the house more cozy?
Very creative space for me. I spend a lot of time and money decorating and making it really feel like my space.
MySpace, get it, like the website, MySpace. Anyway, I get what she's saying about making your home, like you have to be creative.
Yeah, she's doing all the creativity based on the man's demands. And honey, if you're even spending your own money decorating the place, cut that out.
And I love decorating, so it never really feels like my work is done. And decorating is definitely my #1 hobby.
Do you notice how kind of expensive and luxurious these decorations are? And do you notice the price points? They're quite high, and somebody on a $180,000 salary cannot afford those types of goods. It doesn't even make sense. So she's saying that she's spending a lot of money decorating this, which looks like it's coming out of her pockets, besides the gifts that are tagged, which was that skull and that poster board, but everything else is out of her own pocket to contribute to the man's comfort. Plus, she's spending 50% of the rent. Is that fair, my ladies? Is that fair? Before you come here and say, no, we should be 50-50, note that this is just totally keeping her in a prison. It's not adding any benefit. She's just spending her time, love, and energy, and she's not getting anything back.
I gotta say, her decorating is very good. If you want,
my biggest complaint about
I like the style. Whatever the style is, I like it.
Gift.
my biggest
he zoomed in on here.
Because I like the style. Whatever the style is,
$8,000 gift,
I like it.
$30,000 gift. That's at least $38,000 in just gifts, which isn't really a gift to her. Again, it's a gift for the house.
Complaint about my apartment is the price.
Everything.
I've only lived here for a few years, but I'm still not used to the cost of living in New York.
She's not used to the cost of living in New York because she only has an $180,000 salary. If she were having to luxuriously move in by herself, there's no way that her salary would afford her rent plus all of her other living expenses.
I run 3 e-commerce sites. I manage them with a small team.
Love this. Okay, here's another gift we see here. A $49,000 ring, which there's actually nothing wrong with that. If a man is giving you an engagement ring that is $50,000, that is great. And if you're even comparing it to the poster board thing that he got her for $30,000, I would even argue that her ring could be more expensive. If he can spend $30,000 on a piece of art for himself, then he should be able to spend more than $50,000 on her engagement ring. Let's just be clear.
My most well-known business.
A $49,000 gift. Yo, we should just call that what it is. That's her engagement ring. That's her wedding ring.
Yep.
Her husband has got to be wildly successful. I want to know more. I want to see what his schedule is like.
I do too.
No
I
offense,
really do.
no offense to her. What if all the gifts though are from really him to her? Like he's
They
the one that's like,
probably are. That's
here's
exactly
here's
what
your
they
wedding
are.
ring. That's a gift. Here's a piece of art I got for you. That's a gift.
$30,000, $8,000. Okay, ladies, this is where it gets crazy. It's at this part of the video that things got really downhill for me. Of course, I don't agree with the fact that she's already splitting rent, but I look past that to see the rest of this video, and trust me, it gets worse. Listen to this part that she says.
I currently pay for 3 websites. The hosting is $45 per website per month. I use various analytic programs to manage the campaigns that I'm working on for myself as well as other influencers, which can cost anywhere between $50 to $250 per month.
These are all her business expenses, which is fine. Like, no,
My inventory of product and
nothing with that.
costs about $6,000.
Businesses cost money to run.
Legitimate business.
Yeah, they are.
I don't see any.
And also starting another business.
Okay.
Within 6 months, I accumulated a large amount of debt. I have $30,000 in debt. I pay about $500 a month to pay down my debt.
Okay. By the way, before I even comment on this, and you already know what I'm gonna comment if you watch any of my videos, I did skip through the part in this video earlier where she says that she spends money on groceries for the both of them. So she literally spends her own money on groceries for both of them. This is just a slight little addition to the horror we're about to see right here. She has a $30,000 debt that she started running her business, which, whatever. Again, I'm not commenting on the finances and how much money you should spend. That's everyone's choice, leap of faith, whatever. The problem here is that she has a $30,000 gift as her lovely fiance, we'll call it, hanging above her bedstand. She has a $50,000 engagement ring. She has an $8,000 skull. She has other miscellaneous items that perceive as though she has a luxurious life, but in reality, she is $30,000 in debt. And the problem I have with this is that this is a relationship that a woman should not be in. If I would feel like I was in a relationship like this, I would run the other way as fast as I can. It does not matter how much money the man makes. It is very clear that he's making much, much, much more money than her, and he can afford to splurge on things that don't really matter, such as poster boards with decorations. That's great. To each their own. Everybody has state. But when the woman you love, the woman of your dreams that you proposed to and gave her a $50,000 ring, is struggling financially to that extent where she is in $30,000 of debt, and instead of helping her out, what you're doing is giving her pretty much worthless items to make it appear as though she's on your level and living a luxurious life. Well, in reality, all she's doing is slaving away, making the house look like a home, making all the groceries, paying for the food, being like a little good girl next door slave to her fiance while he's really not taking care of her very well. Sure, he could entice her with a few luxurious goods, and ladies, this is where the line gets really, really blurred and why it's so difficult to leave toxic relationships such as this. This is why these types of relationships are a prison. is because he pulls you in by making you think that you are living on his level. But the reality is you are not. The reality is he isn't even blinking an eye when he's spending money on these gifts, on all the furniture inside the house, on the rent. That is absolutely nothing to him if he has those types of finances. While she is kind of being brought to that level involuntarily by him by making it think that, hey, I have to cough up that side of money, but she does not have that type of money in her bank account. If a man wants you to be on the same level of his and to enjoy the same lifestyle, then he has to provide that lifestyle, because it is just unfair to ask for the same amount back when there is clearly a huge earning gap between the two. And he is enticing her in with these little luxuries. Sometimes, you know, maybe once every few months, he sprinkles it on her to make it look like this is such a happy relationship, but she's actually stressed inside, because what happens if things don't work out? Now she's still in tremendous debt, and now she's left with these gifts that aren't really adding too much value to her. If I were to ask her, and we'll see later here, that she has an obsession with shoes, I would bet on it that she would rather get 30,000 pairs of shoes rather than that not so cute poster board that's hanging over her bed. But the thing is, the poster board is benefiting the man too. Similar as vacations benefit the man. Her looking nice benefits the man. Going out to nice dinners and shows also benefits the man, but it does not benefit her.
Get how you have $30,000 in debt, but you have like a $40,000 piece of artwork that was a gift.
That doesn't even
Sell
make sense.
the gift and pay off the debt.
But if she does that, then all of the guy's friends would probably say that, oh, she's a gold digger, she's selling your gifts for money. But how is it fair if you are committing to giving your life away to somebody when he is not struggling whatsoever, and he's supposed to be, you know, bringing you in, making you feel like you are taken care of, that you're going to be protected, but yet you are struggling up to your throat in debt, but you have these worthless pieces of art in comparison to the grand scheme of things laying around your house. That just doesn't make sense.
I don't have credit cards because I've been very irresponsible financially in the past with credit cards.
Yeah, same expression. I have the same expression. Okay, ladies, you really need to get your credit on. You need to get your finances in the right check, no matter what type of man you're in. Because if anything happens with them, she is completely being thrown out to the wolves without anything to show for it. Okay? Having that much debt, having no credit history, you probably can't even rent an apartment for that. Because who's gonna lease you anything if you have horrible credit, or you're going to have extremely high interest?
Last year, we collectively paid $1,400 per month.
How do you spend $1,400 a month on health insurance?
Did you see that $14,000 a month of health insurance that they split? Yes, health insurance is expensive, as Graham says, but I can guarantee you that is not the amount of money she would be spending if she was alone, which brings me to my point again, that they are leveling to each other. Well, he's trying to pull her in to his luxurious lifestyle when she clearly cannot afford it, but he's making her pay for it still. Okay, anyways, this video has still about like 6 minutes left. If you want to watch the whole thing, I linked it down below. She talks about her shoe habits and how much she loves shoes and how much money she spends on shoes, which is, again, no comment on that. But basically, the whole point of this video is to kind of pull off the curtain, pull off the wool from some woman's eyes. Because your man is occasionally spoiling you with a few gifts, if he's not supporting you and if he's trying to put you into the lifestyle that he has while still demanding the finances from you, that relationship is 100% essentially a prison. Because if she was doing it alone, there's no way she could sustain it, but she is being forced to sustain that type of relationship, that type of luxurious lifestyle financially, just to be with the guy. And when the guy decides to splurge and give her something nice, it seems that it's only when it is a good reflection on him, such as, I want these wonderful gifts at my house. gifts that she's going to decorate with, and I'm not even gonna pay for all of them. Food, it doesn't matter. She cooks it, she can pay for it. Rent, I'll take 50% of it. Oh, a ring, I should get her a nice engagement ring because that reflects on me. The fact that she likes shoes and spends her own money on expensive shoes, because I can guarantee you in his closet it's probably all designer, and she wants to live to that lifestyle. So it's going to be very strange if this man is wearing all designer brands and his woman is going to H&M or Zara and buying cheaper clothes. That doesn't look right. When you are going somewhere as a couple, that just doesn't look presentable. So it kind of triggers her into that state of needing to buy more expensive things just to level up to his lifestyle. And as a man, if you're bringing a woman into your life, into this type of lifestyle, you should be compensating for those things. She was doing something completely different before she met you. She could not afford this type of rent, this type of insurance, but now you are essentially bringing her in to make her do all this just so she could sustain that type of relationship. And any ladies that are kind of in these predicaments, or if a man is only helping you by giving you gifts or little trips here and there, really ask the question, is he giving these things because they make me happy? Is this a gift I would want? Or are these only gifts that make him look good and that give him an enjoyment, such as house decorations or trips or restaurants, having just a wonderful, nice, pretty woman sitting next to him? Because truth is, those types of gifts are gifts for him and not for you. So beware of these types of relationships and know your value, my ladies, okay? And I will see you in my next video.